The Museum of Discovery and Science is proud to bring you Wise Bodies, presented by AIDS Healthcare Foundation.
Since the global epidemic began, over 32 million people have died from AIDS-related illness. And while annual mortality rates have been reduced by 60% since peaking in 2004, an average of over 600,000 people still die each year from AIDS-related illness around the world. In the United States, over 1 million people are currently living with HIV or AIDS, with nearly 40,000 new diagnoses every year. The southern United States, including Florida, is home to nearly half of the people living with HIV in the country, with Miami and Fort Lauderdale being among the highest rates. Anyone can contract HIV and AIDS, regardless of age, gender, ethnicity, or sexual orientation.
Why is South Florida such an active spot for high HIV cases?
The more people are concentrated in one area that already are living with HIV, the more chances new people can be getting HIV if those people don't know it, they're not in care, they're not practicing safe sex. As far as Florida, the highest rates are in these three counties, Miami-Dade, followed by Broward, followed by Palm Beach. Broward sometimes gets actually ahead of Miami-Dade.
Part of the reason why there's such high rates in places like Miami-Dade in South Florida, Broward County in South Florida, is because people are not talking about their status, and they're not talking about their status because they're not getting tested.
Let's take a look back at what brought us to the point we're at today.
HIV seems to have entered the human race at the turn of the 20th century, in the early 1900s, when the simian immunodeficiency virus acquired a precise set of mutations, allowing it to be passed from ape to man. This began in Northwest Africa and traveled through different tribes to the south until it eventually reached the city of Kinshasa, the capital of the Democratic Republic of Congo. A dense population and very interconnected waterways, trains, roads that allowed for movement, mass transport of lots of people. It was this way that the fuse of HIV, which was lit when the virus was transferred from ape to man in West Africa, exploded into what is now one of the greatest pandemics the world has ever seen.
So to visualize how a virus like HIV can spread across the world, picture maybe how streams might form in a watershed. So take this table, for instance. We have a stream table here filled with sand.
Streams are going to form where gravity and the shape of the land allow the water to flow, much like a virus is able to spread through a community where people interact in a way that it can be transmitted. Once a stream is formed, it can be as difficult to contain as a virus that is spread through a community.
Why is South Florida so high in cases of HIV? A lot of people that come in and out for travel. We also have a lot of people that go in and out from the jail systems that can bring it back to their community. And we also have a lot of people who belong to the LGBT community. And in that community, there are higher rates of HIV, and so there could be more transmission.
If I move outside of South Florida, do I still have to be careful?
So you have to be careful anywhere, right? It's about what you do with people. And so if you move out of South Florida, there's still HIV all over the world. So if you're gonna be having unprotected sex, then you're putting yourself at risk. So I would say you need to be safe no matter where you live.
Knowing your status is very important. South Florida, Broward County, and Miami-Dade are the #1 in the nation for newly diagnosed HIV cases. Knowing your status is very important. We need to always be responsible. So knowing your status is very important. We don't have actual statistics as to why it's so high here. So just please know your status and just stay safe and use condoms.
South Florida, HIV infection rates are among the highest in the country. And why is that? I think one of the things that we can do through the Wise Bodies program is investigate different theories. Wise Bodies addresses the fact that HIV/AIDS impacts everyone. It impacts everyone regardless of who you are, where you're from, regardless of your gender, regardless of your sexual preference, regardless of your ethnic background. So we really want you to think through why. Why is South Florida facing such an HIV infection rate, and what can you do to help bring those numbers down?